Hello and welcome to News Update OCFS. We hope that everyone had a safe and happy 4th of July holiday. A lot has happened since our last report. Staff and providers have been busy implementing decisions under the enacted state budget, increased workload, and reform initiatives across the agency and our state. Your efforts and your hard work really are all appreciated. Topping the news this week, following the tragic death of a worker at a not-for-profit voluntary agency-operated boarding home in Lockport, which is just outside of Buffalo, Commissioner Gladys Carrion is forming a work group of OCFS experts and representatives of the not-for-profit residential foster care programs which run these homes to review regulations for their governance. The commissioner has also directed special teams to spend the next several months visiting each of these 69 agency-operated boarding homes across New York to assess whether they're in compliance with current regulations. For more about the agency's response to this incident in Lockport, the commissioner's op-ed piece in the Buffalo News is available at the link you are now seeing on your screen. We do have some very good news from the Division of Child Care Services. Thanks to a combination of private funds and one-time stimulus dollars, Quality Stars New York is moving forward. This OCFS initiative to develop and implement a child care rating system that would provide parents with the information they need to choose between quality child care options will soon announce the 12 communities across New York where the Quality Stars New York field test will be implemented. In other child welfare news, Commissioner Carrion last month allocated nearly $1.7 million in seed funding to 10 local counties and the St. Regis Mohawk tribe to hire additional Child Protective Services caseworkers to investigate the calls to the state's child abuse hotline. These funds will allow counties to meet growing child protective trends and help reduce the individual caseloads for the Child Protective Services caseworkers in those counties so that they can provide the children whose cases they're investigating with the care and the attention that they require. These grants will fully fund new Child Protective Services caseworker positions in those 10 counties and, of course, the St. Regis Mohawk tribe, and that will last until March 31st of 2010. The positions will be eligible for continued funding under the State Child Welfare Services Law, which does reimburse local counties for 63.7% of their costs related to Child Protective Services caseworkers. The balance of this cost is then picked up by the local counties. We're also extremely pleased to announce that nearly 8,500 people have enrolled thus far in the free, self-directed, online mandated reporter training. This training is required by law for many workers in New York State who are designated as mandated reporters, many of whom are licensed by the State Education Department. Now, more than half of the people who have taken the training work in child care, while a fifth work in social services. We're also seeing that a lot of trainees from law enforcement have also signed up for this training. And for anyone who would like to find out more information, please visit the Mandated Reporter Training website. Meanwhile, Bridges to Health also continues to grow. The B2H team held informational meetings in the Buffalo and Long Island regional offices to solicit applications for healthcare integration agencies. So far, there are 702 children enrolled in the program and 218 formal referrals in the pipeline. And over the last couple of months, OCFS has put out numerous requests for proposals for critical programs. The Division of Child Care Services put out a request for proposal for a new round of funding for the Advantage After School program to help school-age children do better in school and to prevent and reduce adolescent pregnancy, violence, substance abuse, and disengagement from school, as well as providing parents with a safe after-school environment for their children. As we speak, Child Care is busy reading and grading the almost 300 proposals that we've gotten in so far from programs across our state. The goal here is to have the new programs open by the beginning of the school year. The Division of Child Welfare also has been very busy. They've put out requests for proposals for protective services and domestic violence collaboration projects, citizens review panels, and the kinship caregiver and caretaker relative program. Following passage of the state budget in April, our budget office has been working hard to implement spending plans so that counties can continue services. Some of these include the New York State Child Care Block Grant of $800 million, plus an additional $42 million in stimulus funding for child care. Community Optional Preventive Services, or COPS funding of $29 million. Alternatives to detention, alternatives to residential placement, and mental health and juvenile justice will see almost $15 million. as well as an independent living allocation of $11.2 million. In juvenile justice news, Commissioner Carrion last month was honored by the New York State Bar Association with the Howard Levine Award for Excellence in Juvenile Justice and Child Welfare for her work in leading the ongoing transformation of New York State's juvenile justice system. And July 1st brought the closing of 9 underutilized facilities, bringing the total number of closings in the last year and a half to 13 facilities. Now, along with the downsizing of 3 units at Tryon and 1 unit at Allen Residential, the supply of beds for out-of-home residential placement for children now more closely matches the demand for beds from the counties. And for those of you who are interested, the weekly census of children in residential placement is posted every Monday to the OCFS Facebook page. You're seeing that link now. In other juvenile justice news, OCFS and the State Department of Labor have now joined forces with the New York State Weatherization Directors Association to offer a 4-day training program in home weatherization for youth in residential placements. According to our commissioner, this is a great opportunity for children in placement to start learning valuable skills in a field that's projected to have tremendous growth over the next few years. The first training was already held at the beginning of June at Allen Residential in South Courtright, that's in Delaware County. Trainings will be given 4 times a year. And finally, OCFS staff met with delegations from the nations of Iraq and Vietnam last month. They are right now touring the United States to learn about our juvenile justice and child welfare systems. Thanks very much once again for tuning in, OCFS. Please do keep up the very good work.